Good morning. Right, this morning I'm in Allerton Cemetery in Liverpool, and we're here to see the final resting place of a comedian who's very reliant on his one-liners. Very talented, got knighted, OBE, and that is of course Sir Ken Dodd. Yeah, Ken Dodd, when it was after he died and when he was buried, his funeral procession was led by the mayor of the city. The flags were lowered in respect. Absolutely incredible the effect he had on this community. And it's enormous, Liverpool. It's the first time I've ever been here. It's absolutely enormous trying to find your way around. But anyway, let's switch you around. Let you have a little look around here, because the people here know how to show their respects. Some of the graves here are absolutely incredible. You won't get anything like this where I'm from. But anyway, let's spin you around. I'll show you around this cemetery while I tell you a little bit about Sir Ken Dodd.
Kenneth Arthur Dodd was born on 8th of November 1927 in a former farmhouse in Knotty Ash, a suburb of Liverpool, to Arthur Dodd and Sarah nee Gray. He had an older brother, William, and a younger sister, June. He went to Knotty Ash School and sang in the local church choir of St John's Church, Knotty Ash. He was to live in Knotty Ash all his life, dying in the house in which he was born, and often referred to the area as well as its mythical jam-butty mines and black pudding plantations in his act. During the Second World War he was evacuated with his school to Shrewsbury, where he attended the Priory Grammar School for boys. He then attended Holt High School, a grammar school in Childwall, Liverpool, but left at the age of 14 to work for his father, a coal merchant. Around this time he became interested in show business after seeing an advert in a comic. Fool your teachers, amaze your friends, send 6D in stamps and become a ventriloquist, and sending off for the book. Not long after, his father bought him a ventriloquist dummy, and Ken called it Charlie Brown. He started entertaining at the local orphanage, then at various other local community functions. His distinctive buck teeth were the result of a cycling accident after a group of school friends dared him to ride a bicycle with his eyes closed. Aged 18, he began working as a travelling salesman and used his work van to travel to comedy clubs in the evenings. Before becoming a full-time professional performer, mostly on stage, his first known appearance on radio was in Variety Fanfare made by the BBC in Manchester in 1950 to 1952. He said he gained his big break at age 26 when in September 1954 he made his professional show business debut as Professor Yavil Chucklebutty, operatic tenor and sausage knotter at the Nottingham Empire. He later said, "Well, at least they didn't boo me off." He continued to tour variety theatres up and down the UK, and in 1955 he appeared in Blackpool, where in the following year he had a part in Let's Have Fun. His performance at the Central Pier was part of a comedy revue with Jimmy James and company. Also on the same bill were Jimmy Clitheroe and Roy Castle. Dodd first gained top billing at Blackpool in 1958. Dodd was described as the last great music hall entertainer. His stand-up comedy style was fast and relied on the rapid delivery of one-liner jokes. He said that his comic influences included other Liverpool comedians like Arthur Askey, Rob Wilton, Tommy Hanley, and the cheeky chappie from Brighton, Max Miller. He interspersed the comedy with occasional songs, both serious and humorous, in an incongruously fine, light baritone voice, and with his original speciality, ventriloquism. Part of his stage act featured the Diddy Men, Diddy being Scouse slang for small. At first an unseen joke conceived as part of Dodd's imagination, they later appeared on stage, usually played by children. Dodd was renowned for the length of his performances, and during the 1960s he earned a place in the Guinness Book of Records for the world's longest ever joke-telling session, 1,500 jokes in 3.5 hours, undertaken at the Royal Court Theatre, Liverpool, where audiences entered the show in shifts. Dodd toured frequently throughout his professional career, performing lengthy shows into his 80s that often did not finish until after midnight. In his final year, he continued to tour the UK extensively with his comedy, music and variety show. His final performance was on 28th of December 2017 at the Echo Arena Auditorium in Liverpool. Dodd had many hit records, charting on 18 occasions in the UK Top 40, including his first single, Love Is Like a Violin 1960, which charted at number 8 in the UK. His version of Bill Anderson's song Happiness charted in 1964 and became Dodd's signature tune. In the 1960s, his fame in the UK was such that he rivaled the Beatles as a household name, and his records have sold millions worldwide. In 2021, Ken Dodd's recording of Love Is Like a Violin was featured in the Walt Disney film Cruella. In 1989, Dodd was charged with tax evasion. The ensuing trial with a prosecution case led by Brian Laveson, QC, produced several revelations. The Diddy Men, who had appeared in his stage act, were often played by local children from stage schools and were revealed never to have been paid. Dodd was also revealed to have very little money in his bank account, having $336,000 in cash stashed in a suitcase in his attic. When asked by the judge, "What does £100,000 in a suitcase feel like?" Dodd replied, "The notes are very light, my lord." He was appointed Officer of the Order of the British Empire, OBE, in the 1982 New Year Honours for services to show business and charity, and was knighted in the 2017 New Year Honours for services, entertainment and charity. The award was formally conferred by Prince William, Duke of Cambridge, in a ceremony at Buckingham Palace on the 2nd of March 2017. He was made a Freeman of the City of Liverpool in 2001. A statue depicting Dodd with his trademark tickling stick was unveiled in Liverpool Lime Street railway station in June 2009. In 1955, Dodd began a 22-year relationship with Anita Boutin. They were engaged at the time of her death from a brain tumour in 1977 at the age of 45. Shortly after her death, Dodd began a relationship with Anne Jones, which lasted from 1978 until his death. They had first met in 1961 when Jones appeared in the Ken Dodd Christmas show at the Manchester Opera House. Dodd married Jones on 9th of March 2018, 2 days before his death. Dodd said that one of his biggest regrets in life was that he never had children. In October 2001, a stalker, Ruth Tagg, harassed Dodd and Jones by sending them threatening letters and a dead rat, also appearing on the front row at almost all of his live shows during his time. She also attempted to burn down their house by pushing burning rags through the letterbox, causing £11,000 worth of damage to the ground floor. Dodd died aged 90 on the 11th of March 2018 at his home in Knotty Ash, the same house in which he was born and raised, soon after being hospitalised for 6 weeks with a chest infection. Numerous stars paid tribute, including fellow Liverpudlian Paul McCartney. At his funeral on the 28th of March, which was led by the Bishop of Liverpool, Paul Bayes, thousands of fans joined the cortege, which passed from his Knotty Ash home to Liverpool Cathedral. The service was attended by actors Ricky Tomlinson, Stephanie Cole and Miriam Margolyes, comedians Jimmy Tarbuck, Stan Boardman and Jimmy Cricket. After the service, Dodd was laid to rest alongside his mother and father in a private burial service at Allerton Cemetery in Liverpool, which is where we are today.
Well, that's all the information I could get on Sir Ken Dodd. This place is absolutely huge, so I'd like to give a big shout out to Interesting Places, because a couple of his videos he actually shows you how to get to these graves, and without him I think I would have struggled. So it's a big shout out to Interesting Places. Watch his videos if you get a chance. Very nice fella. But anyway, right, we are very close to Sir Ken Dodd's final resting place now, so I'll spin you around and we'll go and have a look at it together. It should be up here somewhere. 1, 2, 3. Right, it's the 4th row apparently, 4th row back, about halfway along. Some of the graves in here are absolutely incredible. I mean, I stayed in Liverpool last night and it absolutely poured down all night, and it's supposed to rain this morning. So I'm trying to get through this without getting wet, and so far so good. I mean, you wouldn't believe it's 8 o'clock in the morning. It is so dark. It's 8 o'clock. But anyway, his final resting place is just up here. And there it is, I found it. In loving memory of my dear wife, Sarah Dodd, died 11th of May 1968, aged 71 years. Also Arthur Dodd, beloved husband of Sarah, died 20th of July 1979, aged 82 years. Also their beloved son and dearly loved husband of Anne, Kenneth Arthur, or Sir Ken Dodd, OBE. Happiness and laughter, one life lived, so many lives touched. Died 11th of March 2018, aged 90 years. But that is the final resting place of Sir Ken Dodd. Well, that's the end of another one. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you like the content, then maybe consider subscribing. And if you do subscribe, don't forget to hit that notification bell. That way you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. So that is it, me Darren from Allerton Cemetery in Liverpool. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye for now.